one night, a man was having a dream. And in his dream, he was walking on the beach with Bigfoot. And while he's walking on the beach with Bigfoot, up in the night sky, he can see his memories playing up in the clouds. And after a memory would play, he'd look around behind him and he'd see two footprints in the sand. One for him, one for Bigfoot. But every now and again, he'd look up into the sky and he'd see one of his most painful memories playing. And he would turn around and he'd see only one set of footprints in the sand. And so he asked Bigfoot, Bigfoot, you told me that when I needed you most, you'd be there. But I've noticed that whenever my worst memories are playing before my eyes, it's only been my footprints in the sand. And Bigfoot just turned to the man and said, welcome back to Rank Everything, show where we rank everything. I'm your host, Ryan, and in today's video, we're going to be ranking all of the Killing Floor maps based on which one would be the most fun to get a colonoscopy at. Our tiers for today are no oscopy. You're not getting an oscopy of any kind at any of these maps. Up from there, we have your doctor calls you crazy. This is like if you asked your doctor, hey, I want to get a colonoscopy here. Can we make that happen? And the doctor's like, no, don't ever talk to me again. You're crazy. Then we have your doctor is willing to do it, but it's going to cost you extra. Then beyond that, we have your doctor seems happy about it. So your doctor's like, he's been wanting you to ask him, hey, can we have it here? And then finally at the top here, we have your doctor asks you to have it here. Your doctor wants it to be here, and he wants to make sure that you're cool with it. Okay, this is just like the Killing Floor logo. That doesn't count. First, we have the biotics lab. So the biotics lab is, well, it's a laboratory, so I feel like that'd be pretty good for the doctor. It's probably going to have good medical equipment there. But overall, the map is pretty boring. It's not a very exciting place to be. It's very lit. It's lit very well. It's got plenty of operating tables everywhere. I mean, I think your doctor would be happy about it if you asked him if he could do it at a biotics lab. Then the Black Forest. So the Black Forest has a bunch of freaky shit. Honestly, it has an abandoned house in the middle of the woods. That's what it's sort of showing right here, if you can see it. It's got the crashed train with the train track way up above. Weird ass vine things growing everywhere. Waterfall. It's like a river that runs through it, and water wheel. It's very mysterious. Like there's a fog that covers everything, but it's not a bad place. I think your doctor would agree to it, but it would cost extra. Burning Paris. Definitely one of the most picturesque maps that there is, especially depending on where you are on the map, because there is a portion of the map where you can literally see the Eiffel Tower sort of destroyed, falling over. It's really cool, honestly, as sad as it is. I think your doctor would be happy about it. I think your doctor would be happy to be shoving his finger up your ass while he's looking at the picturesque views of Paris. The Catacombs is another one of the most boring maps. The only thing I would say about the Catacombs is that there is a portion of the map where you can actually look up towards the ceiling, and there's like a crack that leads up onto the surface because they're very obviously underground. But I think Catacombs is really boring. I think your doctor would fucking call you crazy. The Containment Station. Containment Station is in the same sort of boat that the Biotics Lab is, where it is a laboratory. They do conduct science experiments there, things like that. But it's not quite as homely as the Biotics Lab is. I'm going to say that your doctor would do it, but it'd cost you extra. The Evacuation Point, another favorite map of mine. Plenty of light everywhere. It's way out in the open. You can see everything. It's very clear. It takes place at no, it's not an airport. It takes place at like a dock, because you get on like a cruise ship that you can run onto and off of constantly. Because like half of it, I mean, half of it's like a mall, basically. Like there's shops and stuff right there. Like it's definitely like before it got turned into an evac point, it was definitely like a tourist attraction kind of thing. So I think your doctor I think your doctor would be fine with it, but I think he'd force you to pay extra. The farmhouse. No oscopy. Farmhouse is a bit too creepy, I think, for your doctor. The hostile grounds. The hostile grounds is in the same sort of boat that the catacombs are in. Takes place underground. It takes place partially in like a sewer system kind of thing. And so, because of that, I mean... yeah, I think your doctor calls you crazy just the same as catacombs. The Infernal Realm, which is just hell. It's basically just hell. It's not in our plane of reality. It's a different one. It's just hell. And so, would your doctor be willing to give you a colonoscopy in hell? Yeah, I think he would, but I think it's going to cost you extra. Lockdown. Another same sort of thing as the biotic slab in the containment station. Definitely not as fun. I think your doctor calls you crazy. The Monster Ball. It's just like a big castle where they have this party going on. Or, like, I don't know if it was monster themed or if there was literally monsters only invited, like some Hotel Transylvania type shit. I mean, it's kind of homely, but it's just got party stuff everywhere. But if we're under the assumption it's just going to be you and your doctor at this place while he gives you the colonoscopy. Yeah, I think it's your doctor. Your doctor is going to cost you extra. Nuked. Fun fact about Nuked, or fun fact about Killing Floor in general. This is the universe where Texas secedes from the United States and becomes its own country because Nuked takes place at the Texas Embassy in like France or something. It's a very funny thing that you can figure out from playing the map. So the problem with Nuked is that there are actual nuclear bombs that go off multiple times in the mission, depending on how long the mission lasts or how long the match lasts. And so because of the threat of nuclear radiation, I'm going to say that there's no oscopy. The Outpost. The Outpost may just be my favorite. No, the Outpost is probably my second favorite map. I know what my favorite map is. The Outpost is my second favorite map. And I just like it. It's very bright outside. There's snow cover everywhere. It's like a remote science facility, same as Biotics Lab, but I just love the feeling more. I'm going to say your doctor is going to ask you to have it here. This is going to be our first one. Your doctor is going to ask you to have your colonoscopy at the Outpost. Next up, we have the prison. The prison is just like, it's like stereotypical like 50s prison. Like just imagine what Alcatraz looks like, and that's what you've got here at the prison. I like the prison. It's actually a lot more fun than I would have expected it to be when I played it for the first time. And so with that being said, I'm going to rate the prison as your doctor will, but it's going to cost you extra. Just because the prison is not exactly like a state-of-the-art facility where it's going to be easy to even conduct one. It's essentially. The shopping spree. It just takes place in a shopping mall. The shopping spree just takes place in a shopping mall. Which is like, hold on a second. Why doesn't there... There are some maps that are in the official rotation of the game now that are not in this list. So there's one that I'm looking for that I'm not seeing. But shopping spree, it just takes place in a mall. It might be... This one might technically be a Christmas map, because there is a Christmas shopping mall map. I think it's this one. And so the shopping spree is going to... I think your doctor would be happy about it. I think he would be. The spillway, it's basically the sewer system map where like it takes place in like a water treatment facility or shit like that, and there's other stuff going on and that sort of thing. So I think your doctor's going to call you crazy on that one. The Tragic Kingdom, no oscopy. The Tragic Kingdom is just an abandoned theme park, and it's not fun. I don't like that. I don't like the Tragic Kingdom. It's too depressing and creepy for me. And like you can actually get the Tragic Kingdom employee outfits, which each literally just a hazmat suit that has like carnival stripes on it. It's so fucking bad. And so no Oscopy at the Tragic Kingdom. Volter's Manor. So Dr. Hans Volter is one of the bosses in the game. If you see, you can see portraits of him around. He has multiple maps that are themed around him, and he was a really handsome dude. And then I don't know what the lore is exactly, but he got fucked up at some point because he's like no hair on his body, skin missing. He's got this mask on, power core in his chest like Iron Man, nipples out, wires coming out of his. It's really fucked up. Definitely German. His German accent really comes through. He didn't lose that in the processor or whatever. His manner, because he's like mega rich. He's like one of the top scientists in the fucking world where he gets paid metric ass loads. He may also be involved in a cult, but that's neither here nor there. His manor is a cool map. I think your doctor would be happy about it. The Zed Landing. The Zed Landing is... The entirety of Zed Landing is just a big Castaway reference. You know, that Tom Hanks movie where he goes crazy and becomes friends with a volleyball? This entire map is a reference to that. Even the collectibles that are on this map are a reference to that movie, and the achievement that you get is as well. But it's very picturesque. It takes place on a tropical island with the volcano ruins on it. I think your doctor would be happy about it. Very picturesque. Krampus's Lair. No Oscopy. Krampus is not a fun guy to be around, and you would not want to go where he lives. Krampus is like, it's literally the exact opposite of Santa's Workshop. Like, Santa's Workshop is all colorful, and he's a jolly old guy, and he's trying to make the world a better place. Krampus is the exact opposite in every way. It's cold, it's dark, all the elves are dead, he makes them do terrible things to themselves and each other. He's just a terrible guy. It's not fun. It's real bad. It's real bad. Krampus's Lair is no Oscopy. The Nightmare. The Nightmare is actually pretty interesting. Technically it happens inside our minds, I guess. I don't know what the lore is, so I don't know how we got here. But I'm going to say that your doctor's going to call you crazy on this one. Just because the way the Nightmare works is that every time you finish a wave, you go through a portal and takes you to a new place within the Nightmare. So like, one looks like a carnival, one is like a burning hospital, the next one is freaking like an abandoned battlefield with like trenches and shit. It's all really sad and fucked up. I think your doctor would call you crazy on that one. The Dye Sector. The Dye Sector is in the same boat as something like the Biotics Lab. I think what's interesting, if this is the map I'm thinking of, what's interesting about the Dye Sector is that as you play the map and progress through rounds, more of the map opens up, kind of like an old school Call of Duty Zombies style sort of thing. Like, you have to play through a certain number of rounds in order for sections of the map to open up. And then you just have the whole map available to you by the end. It's pretty cool, honestly. I think your doctor would agree, but I think it would cost you extra just because, it's called Dye Sector. Power Core is a pretty forgettable map, honestly, I think. There's not too many interesting things going on here, I think. And so, I guess you would, but your doctor would make you pay extra. The Descent. I'm actually going to move this here. I think your doctor would be fine with it. The Descent. The Descent is a fucked up one. So, Killing Floor has a number of maps where the way that they work is that you complete a wave and then you drop down into a hole, and it takes you to the next level downward. So, like, the Descent is like that. Biolapse is like that. Let's see if I can find any more in here that are like that. I guess the Nightmare is sort of like that. Krampus's lair is a sort of maybe like it has a part that's kind of like that. But the descent and biolapse are two big ones where every time you finish a wave, you go down to the next level. You go down to the next level. It's not even like an elevator. You drop. You fall into a hole, and you go to the next one. And so the descent it's another Dr. Volter map, so it's just like lots of flayed people everywhere and skin, and there's cult shit going on left and right and everywhere and stuff like that. It's not a fun time. It doesn't happen outside. Very dark. Not a happy place to be. I would not want to be there, I tell you that. And so, your doctor calls you crazy. That's what I'm going to say. The airship is a really fun, interesting map. It takes place on an airship. It has like a nice garden in the center. It's got really great views. Really cool stuff. I mean, I think your doctor would actually ask you to have it. I think this is like the second one. Santa's Workshop is another pretty fun one. Santa's Workshop is one of the ones it actually follows some sort of like its own personal storyline where every game has an announcer that sort of acts like the merchant telling you, hey, do this, do that, go buy this stuff, protect this area. In Santa's Workshop, it's literally Santa telling you, hey, Krampus killed all my elves, he shut down the factory, if we don't get shit back up and running, the kids of the world are not going to get their toys and Krampus is going to take over or whatever. And so Santa's literally telling you how to get the place back up and running. It's just a really cool map overall. And it's just Santa's Workshop. I think your doctor would also ask you to have it here. All right, here we have it. The Sanitarium is my favorite map. And the reason why is because the entire thing is one big Lovecraft reference. I will let everyone know now that I am a slut for cosmic Lovecraftian horror. I fucking love that shit. I love those games. I love those stories. I'm a total fucking sucker for it. With that being said, I would not ever want to get a colonoscopy in a place like this because, holy shit, horrors beyond human comprehension do indeed exist in this place. And because of that reason, your doctor will call you crazy. Literally. Because you'll be crazy. Because you'll see some shit you weren't supposed to see. The Ashwood Asylum is not nearly as interesting as the Sanitarium is because the Ashwood Asylum is just it's just haunted by ghosts. There's nothing else going on here. It's just haunted by ghosts, or at least that's what's implied. So depending on how crazy your doctor is, whether or not they'd want to perform a colonoscopy in a place where ghosts might actually exist, I think your doctor would, but it would cost you extra. The Biolapse. The Biolapse is actually one of my favorite maps, I would say. It's like the Descent, where you fall down to the next level every time you complete a wave. It's pretty cool. It acts like a sort of museum with actual laboratories further in you go. There's like a level you get to where just in the center there's just this gigantic fan blade that basically functions as a meat grinder. Don't know why it's there, what it's doing. But I think your doctor called you crazy on that one. And then finally, we have Desolation. So Desolation is basically what Outpost would be if there was no snow. It does take place in a different spot, like the structure is actually different. It looks like it's a Desolation. It looks like it's a sort of military base where military personnel would have trained and lived at. There's like a freaking practice. There's a targeting practice range. There's a helicopter pad that you can see literally right there. There's like big, high military structures and defense towers, and it's all pretty cool. It is a good map. And again, I think it's another pretty picturesque one. I think your doctor would be happy about it. But just like that, we are done, ladies and gentlemen. This is the official ranking of what Killing Floor 2 maps would be the most fun to get a colonoscopy at. If you all enjoyed this video, give the subscribe button a colonoscopy right now. I'll wait. Okay. Leave a like on this video so that YouTube will recommend you more of my content so that you can be better or worse. Share this video with your friends so that they can be like, why the fuck did you send this to me? And lastly, as always, leave a comment down below letting me know what ranking you want to see next. It can be literally anything. The channel is called Rank Everything after all. Once again, thank you all for watching. Until next time, have a good one.